And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto. Man, I could have been a singer. Episode 931. Today is Tuesday, April 19th, 2022, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10ish.
At 10ish, and today is definitely a 10ish day. That's our bet, you all. The show title will basically tell you why it's a 10ish day. I was filing taxes last night, and Byron, I see the move he pulled. We'll talk about that in a moment. But first and foremost, let's talk about top stories of the day. President Byron announces former Ripple advisor as picked for Fed vice chair for supervision. Self-regulatory organizations growing alongside new U.S. crypto regulation. Moonbirds fly into NFT top spot with 290 million sold in 4 days. Bit licensed crypto firms ordered to pay annual assessment fees in New York, and Beanstalk Farm loses 182 million in DeFi governance exploit and more. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Zay, what's going on with those prices?
Oh yeah. So taking a look at our prices today, Bitcoin is sitting at $41,541, up 5.3%. Ethereum $3,105, up 6%. Binance Coin at 421, up 3.8%. XRP sitting at 77 cents is up 4%. Solana at 107, up 8.5% right now. Terra Luna, huge jump last night, $92, up 10%. Cardano at 95 cents, up 4.8%. And last but not least, rounding out our top 10 is Avalanche at $80, up almost 7%. And our biggest gainers for the day, Sanji Inu, up 674%. CPOS Cloud Payment up 314%, and NurseCat up 249%. Keep it weird, crypto, but a lot of big movements in the market in the top 10, especially with Terra Luna and some of the other projects. Definitely buying Bitcoin to save their own projects. Hey, that's what Terra Luna is doing. They're getting most of the profit off of that. Can't blame Do Kwon.
Hey, don't tell them that. They will never believe you. Also, shout out to Coin Fantasy today. Coin Fantasy is today's show sponsor. If you're around after the show, 8:30 a.m. PST, we will have the Coin Fantasy team on to do an AMA. So make sure you're on to check that out. Ask them a lot of questions. It will be the world's first crypto fantasy game. So Coin Fantasy again on at 8:30 a.m. PST. Make sure you check that out. And then a shout out to all our content creators out there who are killing it right now. I'm starting to see more comments rolling in, the views and everything going up. People are starting to know these people. We will be having them on to re-interview a couple and interview some new ones. But shout out to all our content creators, KRBE and crypto, president, man. Who's the president? KRBE and crypto, of course. The Simon Family Ventures. It looks like everyone loved that video about Mexico and El Salvador yesterday. So a lot of good stuff. If you aren't paying attention, make sure you are you got that bell for the notifications to get all those new videos. All right, really quick. What's going on? Next World Leader, J.E. Walter, Sergeant Mac, Junior Malley, Satoshi Slim, Kadeem, Crypto Chief, 64 ECG, Satoshi Slim, Trito NFT. What's going on? Fanteezy, Only the Real Estate's Blockchain Bully. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, top story of the day. Hold on, I'm looking at these comments. Which call is going in on the chat right now? Parabolic Brap said, you criminals are still crying about regulations. They said, I've been making so much money off all altcoins lately. What are y'all talking about in this chat? What's going on? Who crying in the chat, Parabolic? Y'all coming in hot and heavy today. All right, top story of the day. We got to talk about this guy, President Byron. Oh, my goodness. This is why we're late, people. Listen, I told Zay for the show, like, this is what I was basically trying to convey when it came to presidents. Like, people, really quick, all presidents are the same. They're the federal government. Their job is to increase the power of the federal government. Doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, blah, 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 blah. I guarantee you they're taxing us more and they're still dropping bombs in other countries. Every president, top to bottom, your favorite, your most hated, they're doing it. However, I will say the last one, while he, while he was harsh on your ears and even on some of your souls and hearts, I understand. But the thing I kept saying about the last presidency, we even talked about this when we first started our consulting business back in 2016, was that he won't be paying attention to the market. He won't be caring what small businesses do. He won't care what crypto people do. He just wouldn't care. And Trump showed that he did not care what we were doing. Your boy, President Byron over here, though. Oh my goodness. Listen, people, I told Zay it's finally time to flex. So expect some flexing here in the next few months. But low-key, we've been pretty much under the radar intentionally, and that's going all out the window. Why? Because of policies like President Byron announced, where $600 on PayPal or whatever other services like that, Venmo and all these things, he wants to know about it all, people. He wants to know about everything. So just when I didn't have a problem with the last president flying under the radar, this president, I would say a teacher, but realistically, he wants to tax me a high school principal's salary. In fact, it's probably more than that. This guy wants to tax me 2 or 3 of you guys' salaries this year. I'm going to pay it because I'm a great American citizen. I love this country, and I'm going to do my part. But you better fucking believe I will be pushing back against this administration moving forward in every which way possible. So with that being said, President Byron announced his former Ripple advisor as picked for Fed Vice Chair for Supervision. That's right, for the Fed Vice Chair for Supervision. And this is another thing that kind of proves our point that Ripple was only good for 3 to 5 years because the government was going to get them out the way. But the one thing we didn't see is that they were literally hire them to run the world's economy right after. What's going on with this story here?
Oh man, somebody get this nigga some soup or some oatmeal because it's obviously
I'm ready to throw a shoe.
He is obviously off his rocker, but the vice chair for supervision seat at the Federal Reserve has been vacant since October 21. It used to be Randall Quarles' term, but following the withdrawal of former Federal Reserve Board Governor Sarah Bloom Raskin, U.S. President Byron has announced his intention to nominate former Obama administration official and law professor Michael Barr as the central bank's vice chair for supervision. Barr was Biden's pick to supervise the Federal Reserve and regulatory agenda, and he was on the advisory board of Ripple from 2015 to 2017. You don't say. And according to the White House, he was a key architect of the Dodd-Frank Act, legislation that continues to influence financial policy in the United States. So one thing I always say is, if somebody who is getting a job in the government with Federal Reserve, with whoever, this quote right here: Barr has strong support from across the political spectrum and has been confirmed by the Senate on a bipartisan basis.
How does he have strong support?
That's what we're talking about, people. They are all in on it. Fuck them all. They all in on it. But the fact that Byron is the one in power right now, and he's the one that put him in place, and he was with Ripple, this just reeks of, let's see, how many different ways can we describe this? This is definitely illegal. This seems like some insider trading. This seems like a bit of some money changing hands, I will say. But I mean, it's just, at this point, people are jumping in from a crypto company back into regulations and then jumping back into crypto companies. Wouldn't be surprised to see Michael Barr as Ripple's advisor in 5 years, jumping right back into the crypto community. So yeah, this is garbage. And at this point, we just gotta, I mean, hold on, let me share the screen right quick.
Oh yeah.
Everybody has to realize who we're dealing with here, people. I mean, it's not hard to know, but who we dealing with?
Byron! Who's the president? Byron! We live back in Coney Island with this. There we go. Ah!
Byron, that's what we're dealing with, man. Byron, I mean, at this point, it's becoming kind of, I mean, yesterday he shook hands with a ghost. But again, remember, if you don't vote for Byron, you ain't black. But this is some of the things.
Don't get me started.
No, don't get me started. Yeah, they basically tanking the economy. He doesn't even know who to shake hands with. He can't speak really well. I mean, come on, Pudding Brain, what is going on? But at this point, yeah, it's over for him, man. This is terrible administration, and I won't even jump to the rest of it because this is all downhill from the top.
Here's my question. I like, you know me, Zay. I like 2 + 2 = 4. I like keeping things simple. If President Biden was a high school student at your high school, just a regular high school student, said, "Hey, I'm running for president of the school," or even they took it to the national president. "Hey, if you don't vote for so-and-so, y'all ain't black up in here no more." What would happen? Bro, I can already tell you, somebody would have slapped fire that boy at my school straight up. Yeah. Our school ain't that crazy, but this all principle, people have been like, "Wait, what?
What are you talking about?"
I just want to point out this last thing, this article. They're talking about Barr. He understands that this job is not a partisan one. As I just said, when it comes to federal government increasing power, it's the federal government. It doesn't matter if it's Trump, Biden, Obama, Bush Jr., Bush Sr., Clinton. It doesn't matter. They want federal power. That has been the name of the game since the feudal system, when kings and queens wanted more power and landlords did not want them to have it. It has been the name of the game since the history of everything. So they say here, he understands that this job is not a partisan one because it's for the federal government. but one that plays a critical role in regulating our nation's financial institutions to ensure Americans are treated fairly and to protect the stability of our economy. Let me talk about Americans being treated fairly, and this is why this is the BS. Going back to taxes and right now, like there is no Fortune 100 there aren't any large companies using the likes of PayPal, Stripe, and all those things around the clock. Those are small businesses using these things, people. And this is who he chose to target in his administration. Listen, it's crazy. We did not work this hard, climb up all this shit for all these years just to have a new administration, new president come in and be like, hey, y'all need to give even more back than what you have been giving. What? Listen, you don't understand right now. You don't understand what type of time I'm on. He's getting the shoe if I ever see him. You're talking like 40%, people. You're talking 40% of everything you made. That's a lot of money. Let me walk into your house and begin, hey, give me 40% of everything you got. I'll take a piece of your wife today and a plate of food. Like, is that how we play in the game?
And you don't have a say on how the money's spent.
Yeah. Just
trust me. Yeah,
that's the most egregious part. Hey, not only are we going to take a few salaries off you that you work hard to get to in your life, but you won't even know where they're going to go. gang, I love it. Hey, this is a beautiful country, people. All right, enough about Byron. Let's talk about the bit license really quick. We're just going in on government right now. I mean, seriously, we talk about them, we're critical, but we love our government people. Like, we have a good gang that takes care of us. Like, most people who are soldiers in gangs love the gang boss, and our gang boss is no different. Bit licensed crypto firms ordered to pay annual assessment fees in New York. That is right. Damn. Not only did New York, by the way of the rat-faced Benjamin, what's his name? Benjamin Lansky, who started the bit license, then quit his job to start a consulting firm, then went to go work for NYDIG, who essentially runs all Bitcoin and crypto coming out of New York now. Not only did he start this fraudulent license, they only gave it to like 14 or 15, 16 companies thus far, something small like that. Not only did they force crypto companies in New York City to have this bit license, but now they're actually forcing them to pay a fee to get their company assessed by people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about in cryptocurrency. This is hilarious. I love it. This is crazy. The fees will bring digital currency companies on par with those paid by banking and insurance institutions as a way for the state to recoup operating expense costs and best support the industry. First and foremost, best support. They always want to say, this is how we're going to help you. No one's asking for government help. It is literally the same amount of people who's asking for government and regulator intervention on the banking side. Let's say it's 50 people, right? Those same 50 people are mirrored on the crypto side. It's probably like 50 people who want government help widespread. And those most are like the Coinbases, the big exchanges, the big platforms who want to lower those barriers to entry. And then, of course, you get the new professionals that mitigate over here who want to save their money. But come on, no one's asking you to support. So that, for one, is fraudulent. And then the second thing is, why are you trying to charge a crypto company, which is, let's say the best company out there is less than 13 years old? And that's not even a company, right? The Bitcoin blockchain is only 13 years old. Cryptocurrency came after Bitcoin. So let's just go back to some of the oldest companies in the space are only 10 years old. And you want to charge them and go at them the same way as you would a bank that's been around for hundreds of years, like for over 100 years, 90 years, 80 years. This bank moved from Europe, from the UK, that came over to America. Like, what are we doing here? This is crazy. Like, this is really crazy today. But hey, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't feel as bad. It's not just us getting taxed. Look like he's taxing the whole industry. And you know what? Shout out to Byron. He's a great gang boss. He actually said at the beginning of this year, if you remember, the way they plan to pay back bills is to tax the crypto industry. That's what he's doing. Again, the cost of running crypto business in New York is about to rise with the state government gearing up to require companies holding a bit license to pay assessment fees to ensure they're complying with regulations. Like, first and foremost, if they went as far as to get a bit license, they are complying with regulations. But I get it, gang. Hey, we want more money. The rule was included in New York State fiscal year 2023 budget. How did I know it's included in the fiscal year budget when I don't even read the stories unless it's live? Signed into law on April 9th by Governor Kathy Hochul, giving the state's Department of Financial Services a new authority to collect supervisory costs from licensed virtual currency businesses, according to a statement by DFS. I'm done with the story. This is all you, Zay. I just want to say one last thing. Told y'all asses. Told you. They don't do, this is the game plan. This is what we're going to do for forever. No, they do. This is the game plan for right now. And in another year or two, we're going to go some more. So first, it was just a bit license, right? If you want to operate in New York, blah, 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 fine. It has to be regulated, even though it's really the banks that's trying to force this regulation. All this other stuff has to happen, right? These companies caved. They caved and they got a bit license when you don't need any type of license to operate in the space. They got a bit license. And then 2, 3, 4 years later, the government comes out. Oh yeah, you got that license. We gotta come by and do these checks, and you got to pay a fee for the checks. It has to happen. What is going to happen with the bit license in another 5 years? Oh my God, you about to get taxed 60% on crypto. Don't let your business have a profitable year where you're looking at 300, 400%, which is very easy to do in this market. Don't let a crypto company be up 400, 500%, and a bank or something on the stock market's greatest hit is only up 45 or 30. Oh, they can be like, well, we got to change the rules, guys. I mean, if you were only up 40%, we wouldn't tax you so much. We wouldn't take these fees, but you're up 300%. You got plenty to go around. Communists, socialists, call it what you want. I told you I will fight and die for capitalism, and this is the opposite. What's your take on this, Zay?
Oh yeah. So at this point, we all know the bit license is egregious. Any of these arbitrary licenses that were created out of thin air, pretty egregious at this point. And of course, they're gonna up the price. They're gonna come up with whatever taxes they can. I mean, New York has done this, so I'm pretty sure Hawaii will follow. They always follow what New York does. But not only, the application fees aren't that much, but they do have vague capital requirements and the fact that you have to do extra paperwork. Shout out to Jesse Powell from Kraken. He got that letter from them and basically threw it in the trash. He was like, I'm not reporting all of our data. What are you talking about, man? So this is, of course, been egregious, and we'll see this happen more and more. New York, I feel bad for Eric Adams. Mayor Adams, he really don't have a chance in New York to change anything. The new governor, Hochul, to address the increasing concerns around regulation. Yeah, I'm sure you will, but it ain't much you could do. It's New York. Yeah, like you said, these banks been around 100 years. So I just expect it to continue. But I do want to shout out, who is this? Parabolic Brap.
I'm about to say, call in. You've been here long enough. Hey, feel free to call. You call in right now, Parabolic.
Congrats, Parabolic. You made your first money. Oh man, that must be so exciting. You just finally.
hey, he talking straight cash. Feel free to call in, Parabolic.
Like I said, I'm always excited to see when people make money because they walk around with their nuts out like we've been doing for the past 6 years.
No, he throwing shit our way right now. Parabolic, you about to call in. He said, what did he say? Hold on. He said, we ain't worked all year, been in vacation mode, but Biden wrong. Ha ha. Motherfucker, I'm waking. This is 7 a.m. right now, every day. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? You ain't even got a green thing. I'm gonna stop answering people who ain't got a green tag. You ain't a real warrior.
Oh yeah, you ain't even a real warrior. You got to sign up.
He said, I'm catching bags left and right. Listen to this guy right here.
Rats.
Man, if you know how many people I support, oh my, in fact, tell me your city. How about that? I'll have somebody come tell you how many people I support.
Yeah,
like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
Like, man, what? One of your family members probably one of my kids on the low.
Oh yeah, congrats on getting some money individually. They got made my family rich. Shut up.
All right. Feel free to call in, Parabolic. Seriously, I just put a thing in the chat. Parabolic, if you want to call in, feel free to call in.
I love it though, Parabolic, man. Get that money, player. Ain't nobody complaining about.
He can take it. He been around. Parabolic been around. He know what's up.
Yeah, Parabolic. Yeah, I love it.
And you about to catch this L since I can't give it to Biden. So please call in. You sound like you got a lot to say today.
Oh yeah.
Sound like you got a lot to say.
That must have been you who Biden turned around who tried to shake hands with.
You know what's up. And you know what? I'm about to correct something. I'm about to make a point of something he did say. Hold on. He said, oh yeah, he loved Joe Biden. Let's see. He said, I've been living lavish. Man, y'all crazy as hell, boy. Let's see. He basically says it's a financial market, so of course all these things will come with it. And I disagree. And I disagree because of this story like this and stories that we see around self-regulatory organizations growing alongside new U.S. crypto regulation. We can do something called self-regulation. And believe it or not, people want to give back. It's not that people don't want to give back. It's the amount that they're being told to give back without knowing where it goes. But again, SROs, as they're calling them, self-regulatory organizations, can eventually provide the connective tissue between the crypto industry and the U.S. government as regulatory infrastructure forms. It's basically saying that, the broader impact of self-regulation may be less apparent than when a PAC finances a political campaign or a startup is nurtured in a crypto industry sponsor accelerator, and that limited visibility probably reflects the extent of the influence of self-regulatory organizations at present. but SROs are helping shape the crypto industry itself, and they may eventually have a role in the crypto regulatory framework that is beginning to come out of the United States federal government. I agree with this because essentially what's going to start happening is a lot of people in crypto who do want to stand up and self-regulate and who do have the resources to do these types, whether it's the resources of financial resources or maybe a platform or whatever it is. I think we'll start to see more people push back and at the very least reach out to these regulators and say, hey, like the community's not going to do it. They're not down with it. How about we find some middle ground and make it work? Those are my thoughts. What about you?
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to take a look at the fact that, remember when we talked about CBDCs for the first time and CBDCs was in there like 8 times? Looks like we have the same thing here. Self-regulatory SROs, SRO are helping. The connective tissue, SROs, self-regulatory. At present, SROs are helping shape.
I was nosing that too. SRO is a new word, which is good.
They try to
I wasn't going to call it out because I'm happy to see that's a new buzzword.
Hey, as I'm saying, Cynthia Loomis, it reportedly calls for creation of an industry SRO. The potential role of an SRO will change. Let's see, what's that? 7, a crypto industry SRO. Bro, they basically are pushing it to you. If you all don't know about programming and basically how articles and how television programs you, everybody knows about CBDCs now. But 5 years ago, when we got the tape of us talking about it, it was a new thing, but they mentioned it over and over and over to the point where it became a part of the lexicon. SROs seems like it's about to be the new thing. Self-regulatory organizations, which we've been talking about that forever. We've been saying that we self-regulate way better than regulators. It's quicker, it's faster. We get people out of here that do nefarious things real easy. We don't need a government for that. But one thing I do see is that they're trying to somehow bridge that gap. So we'll see what they do. But yeah, it looks like SROs is the new buzzword. People, if you need a new one, come back to this show. What's today? April 19th. Come back to the show in 3 years when we got SROs running a lot of the industry. I guarantee you it's coming. They don't do stories like this unless they are planning on doing it or it's already started.
There it is. It don't look like he calling in. So he ducking the fade. He's just in the chat chatting, as most people do, little Twitter fingers, whatever, chat fingers. But the comment I was looking for, he said, well, yeah, talking about the government. They're dealing with finances and financial system. Of course, they're going to assess at the end of the year to see if all their shit is correct. Give F how long they've been around. Okay, so if that's the case, if we come up with another new technology or anything new financial, even if they've been around for 1 year, you want to put a press on them, licenses, regulations, and all. Like, that sounds fucking stupid. Again, call in. That's the dumbest thing I heard, and that's why they don't do it, and that's why it's actually a big deal and it's making headlines. Because now they are doing it. That's the reason why it's a headline. It's because it's not normal to see. And I disagree with you. No, it is called innovation. You have to let things grow. You soon as something like, can you imagine you trying to grow a plant or a fruit or whatever? You got a farm and everybody over there killing all your baby animals. You're like, bro, let them get big so I can eat them. Like, nah, kill them now. It's an animal, right? It's an animal. We got to eat animals. Like, bro, that don't even sound smart. Like,
hey man, get Byron's old nuts out your mouth.
hey, call in. Look, he done disappeared out of the chat.
I was gonna say he
did his job for the day.
Exactly. Get Byron's wrinkly balls out your face, bro.
Listen, I can't take no one serious who can't call in with their arguments. This shit sound good on paper, but you say it out loud, you start to hear yourself talk. All right, Beanstalk is in the news. Beanstalk Farms loses $182 million in DeFi governance exploit. That's right. The stablecoin protocol saw its own governance proposal system exploited, enabling the malicious actors to extract all of its $182 million in collateral. This is crazy. What is going on with Beanstalk, and how is this is still happening?
Hey man, look like Jack got to the top of the Beanstalk and the Giants smacked that nigga, took us $182 million. This Beanstalk, the Beanstalk Farms, they are a credit-based stablecoin. They lost all of its $182 million collateral from a security breach caused by 2 sinister governance proposals and a flash loan attack. The problem for the protocol was seeded. The proposals they used, BIP 18 and BIP 19. This is what they used to donate funds to Ukraine. However, those proposals had a malicious rider attached to them, which ultimately created the sinkhole of funds from the protocol. So it took place 12/24 yesterday. The exploiter 12/24 UTC yesterday. The exploiter took out $1 billion in flash loans from Aave, DAI, USD Coin, and Tether. They used these funds to accumulate enough assets to take over 67% of the protocol's governance and approve their own proposals. So they basically put themselves in control by doing fake flash loans and then approved the loans that they wanted, which drained over $182 million how does this keep happening? I mean, DeFi, whoever comes up with a DeFi audit that actually keeps these DeFi projects safe for long periods of time, that's a $1 trillion business, or $1 billion business at least. Just keeping it safe is enough right there. But again, we've seen this over and over and over, hundreds of millions of dollars, billions at this point, drained from DeFi projects. Get your project audited. If you are going to have a DeFi project, if you are going to do some sort of staking or farming or anything loans wise, please get your code audited 3 times if you have to, because this has to stop happening, or DeFi is going to have to answer for all these exploits. And again, this is probably why cDeFi is better than regular DeFi. I mean, you probably do want a centralized source, because I keep getting smacked around trying to be decentralized. So somebody's going to solve that issue. It's probably some kid somewhere right now that we don't even know, but right now, not looking too good.
All right, here we go. I'm over here laughing because Parabolic just logged back in on his real username, so just playing. Hey, you should have kept it going. That's why I was like, we know you was messing. I was like, you should have called in to talk some shit. Let's see. Next world leaders of Shannon King. Zay, don't forget to tell people about that MetaMask exploit and how people can make sure to cyber secure themselves if they make sure the iCal exploit is not accessible. Here we go. Rodney Fury, thank you for the tip. Coffee for the bros. We not no political puppets. Capitol Hill, left and right can FOH. Bug out of here. Let's see. Breezen said maybe this will somewhat change when companies start leaving the favorable zones. So that's why I think the SRO thing is going to come in. Self-regulation, right? Again, we poke fun, of course, at our what's it called? The cabinet, president, administration, because they're doing gang shit. So I mean, I'm going to talk about a gang leader, but anyway, I don't know. But no, we poke fun at it, but it's also just like, hopefully that someone there listens and fixes it, because that is the next step. The next step isn't going to be, well, companies just continue to grow in this space and just keep paying 40 to 50% of all their earnings. No, it's literally to move. When I was at the Bitcoin conference, and shout out to Bitcoin Zay, introduced me to all his billionaire friends and stuff. These multimillionaires, when I say multimillionaire, 100 million people, $100 million up plus, and the billionaires, they already either have locations outside of the US or they're talking about getting them. Shout out to Zay again for this. I told you. Oh yeah. One guy put me on game about a country, people, and he literally was like, hey, we can go out there in 2 or 3 weeks and get this set up now. And I'm like, buddy, I'm not there with you yet. All right. I'm not where you're at to just be going to country hopping whenever. But his whole point was like, yeah, they're not taking it. So again, I think everyone will probably still keep a house in the US. I know I will keep my citizenship, all that good stuff. But yeah, this gets too draconian. No, I'm not going to give up. People, I've lived, for one, let's be real. I've lived in America now for what? I'd say like 30 years almost. Like a few years I didn't live here. I lived overseas. So I lived here for like 30 years. I've seen America. I would love to come back and visit too, but I already got countries I want to spend 3-4 months in at a time. And do that 2 or 3 countries, that's a year. So I think we got to fix this now. Self-regulation needs to happen now, or we will start losing smart people. We'll have a brain drain. We'll start losing capital. Seriously, we will seriously start losing capital, because we're at the Bitcoin conference and there's major players in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space not talking about leaving. They're already leaving. They're getting citizenships in other places. It's happening right now. So this is why I'm so animated about it, because it's like we're gonna drop this ball if we keep at it. Last but not least, Moonbirds fly into NFT top spot with $290 million sold in 4 days. It's like soon something gets hacked, something else gets the capital back after selling for a mint price of 2.5 Ethereum. Damn, the mint was 2.5? On Saturday, the floor price of Moonbirds has also quickly risen to 18.45 Ethereum. I want to give a shout out to Critically Crypto with Crypto Bay J and Kaylee, of course. They're doing an awesome job. I'm about to be leaning on them to buy one of these, because the next 2.5 one I see that can go to 18, I'm gonna need somebody to let me know what type of time we're on. What's going on with this story here?
Oh yeah, so Moonbirds, aka money laundering birds, project soared to the top of the trade volume charts. $290 million worth of sales in just 4 days. There's 10,000 computer generated pixel out avatar NFTs in total, which sold out Saturday for a mint price of 2.5 ETH. Or 7,700 at the time of writing. The floor price right now is about 56,800 at the time of writing. So Moonbirds took off. People like Beeple tweeted it out, a few others. And I just want to throw a bone out there. I'm sure Crypto Bay J, they'll talk about it more. But yesterday I interviewed Jim Jones, the rapper, and Snoop's son, Cordell Broadus, right? So they have a new NFT project coming out. I can tell you this right now: if the person is popular and you get in on the project, you are going to make money. So I can go ahead and tell some of the people now. You get some insight here, some free gems. Crypto Bay J, I'll let you all cover it all. But Jim Jones has a new NFT project, and I can tell you right now, it's probably going to go up. But again, if something is popular, look at the people behind Moonbirds. You got people like Beeple shouting it out. You got some other popular people. I saw a lot of people on my timeline talking about Moonbirds, but usually if something is already popular, once it comes out, it's going to make money just off of speculation, nothing more. So that's what this collection looks like. Moonbirds, again, the people behind it: Kevin Rose, Ryan Carson, Justin Mezzo, well known in the Web 2 and Web 3.0 world. So again, it is more about how much fame you have right now, not how much community you can build. Hopefully that sort of changes over time. But hey, man, quick flips. That's how it is. Yeah. And that project is called what is it called? Badass Bears. That's the Jim Jones one. So yeah, that'll be coming soon.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, he was talking about last year, or it was last year on like Breakfast Club interview at one point. He's talking about getting into all that stuff.
Yep. So yeah, so him talking with Snoop's son. They got some more stuff coming. Just people that are in the industry. I'm telling you, the price is gonna go up no matter what. Quick flips. But again, it's NFT industry. Protect your neck, because you could get drained from MetaMask, like a few people have. Shout out to Shannon. He put that in the chat. Somebody's MetaMask got drained because they got an Apple ID email, and they sent them whatever information.
Oh, is that what it was? Is it phishing attempt?
Yep, drained them all. Wow. Yep, got them out of there. So I don't pick up any numbers I don't have saved in my phone. And again, if you get some random email where they're like, yeah, you need to send us your information, go ahead and delete it, because if they really need it, they'll send it again and again and again. Like it's a phishing attempt, so let go of it.
And not only that, if it is what it is, I've been seeing a lot more come from PayPal for me, and it was something else. You got to understand, the phishing attempts are going to be, thanks Shannon for reminding us, the phishing attempts are going to be crazy, because if you remember, MailChimp just got hacked. So, I mean, phishing attempts for this next year are easy. Yeah. But best way to avoid that, as they also said, like, don't click anything. And like, every time I get an email, the only thing I click is to see who it is actually from, because, on the MacBooks, they kind of just have a name or whatever. You can't actually see the email address. Yeah. I click that usually. And as soon as you do, you can usually it's at a Gmail or a CZ or some BS address. Yeah. But even so, where they're telling you, hey, it's an emergency, log on to your PayPal now, your Coinbase, Gemini, whatever, your wallet, MetaMask. When it's all that stuff going on, literally just copy and paste that link in the browser and look at it first, or just go to the site that you have saved yourself and work from that way. Do not click those links. I don't think I click any crypto email links, period. So
not at all. Yeah.
and thank you again, Rodney Fury. And again, we talked about this in the masterclass, but if you want a quick deep dive, the old ass article is still on Medium from 2017 about cybersecurity. For the most part, it's still helpful for today, cybersecurity in the crypto space. But yes, you shouldn't even be on the same you should keep those separate. You shouldn't be you shouldn't be able to log onto your iCloud and go to your crypto wallet at the same time, unless that wallet is literally like the wallet you keep in your pocket, where whatever amount that money that is you're comfortable with, $20, 50, 100, 1,000, whatever that number is, if it's that wallet, then okay. But yeah, if it's one of your main wallets, you definitely don't want to do that.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious when people keep all of their crypto on their phone. I just be looking like they'll show you that. I'm like, why are you showing me this right now, man? Somebody can easily extort you for that right now. Smack the phone out your hand, take it, and do what they want with it. So yeah, don't keep it with you. Don't carry it around.
Yep. Looks like Next World Leader said many people have a keylogger on their phone, don't realize it. When you click those links, the malware has a keylogger attached. All right. Oh, yeah. Good to go on that. Appreciate it. Let's see. What's going on, Drip Animal Farm? Y'all funny. We've been. Let's see. J.E. Walter, I've been saying it for a bit. A big old mass exodus is happening. I'm only here because I can't afford a dip with 2 small kids. Hey, and now you got people like the Simon family who coming on live telling y'all how to dip. So, and again, I don't think this last, it's kind of like we see everything. Like, I remember my grandfather used to say George Bush Jr. was the greatest president ever. Everybody's like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, if it wasn't for George Bush Jr. and the things that he did, we would never got a black president. That's how he really feels. He was like, George Bush Jr. was so bad, the white people had to vote for a black guy and said, maybe he could fix this. So he had me laughing with that. But no, I say that to say,
hey, that's why I tell people Trump was great, because at least people started looking into politics. You know how
paying attention to politics.
That's the first time I heard some people even talk about the world and how things are going. And I was like, see, you need something to wake you up. Sometimes you got to get smacked in the face and you'll wake up. Ooh, just reset the Reset the video game. Oh man, I need to pay attention. Shit is happening. Sometimes you need that. Sleepy Joe, everybody just chilling right now. That's all good.
That is true. Well,
everybody
getting
real,
that money come up.
Exactly, getting real relaxed.
But no, I was gonna say, so it doesn't even matter. Like I do feel like with administrations that they're too far one way, then the next one will like either balance it out or go the opposite way. So my point is with the Biden administration is doing as far as all the financial stuff, yes, I do think that will go on for the most part because it's the federal government. Once they got it, they got it. I don't see the federal government be like, hey, let me give y'all money back. Like I don't see that happening. But what I do see happening is how they're approaching this. I hope maybe not the next administration, but the one right after, if it happens in time. We know a year in this space is a long time, but I'm hoping within the next administration, the one after that, we find someone a little bit more crypto friendly where again, just don't do nothing. you don't got to regulate it. You don't tax. They just don't do nothing. Give us a couple more years to figure this thing out, folks. Because let's be honest, for everyone who says like the parabolic brat who was like, it's a financial market, they should be assessed and all that. Well, for one, that also didn't make any sense because there's only one state doing it, New York, where all the banks are at, not the rest of the country. So that's kind of obvious in of itself. But also, what happens? So what happens? I don't want to say this out loud. What happens if Bitcoin has an exploit and gets hacked? Unrecoverable hack. This entire market's going to shit, people, for a long time. For a long time. And then all this shit we just spent taxpayer money on, all these task force, all these tracking crypto, and if you do $600 transaction, all that is going to go down the drain overnight. That will be the waste of money and time right there. That will be the waste of money, time, and resources because we tried to get a 13-year-old to play pro basketball and charge him taxes and all this other stuff. He's like, bro, I'm 6'7", I know, but I'm 13. Bitcoin is a beast. We know it. It's big. It's doing everything, but it's only 13. People, it's a preteen. It's a preteen. It's a teenager. Leave it alone.
Even LeBron had to graduate high school before he got to the league, man. Come on, man. Let us finish puberty real quick. I mean, good gracious. He's only 13 years old, bruh.
You know what I mean? So that's my only thought when it comes to attacking this so early. Other than that, for the most part, that is the show for today. Want to give a shout out after the show. If you haven't been checking it, make sure you check out William Cross, the lawyer we have from Michigan. He will be coming on the show. We were going to discuss this story, but I saw that he's actually going to cover it. Class action lawsuit accuses Uniswap Labs, its investors, of allowing fraudulent activity on the DEX protocol. So basically, long story short, some people lost some money. They want help from the government to get it back. You know how this game go. Oh, they're gonna make me. What are they doing? You gonna make me buy this? I'm not about to do nothing. A lot of people lost some money and they want it back. And even worse, it's coming out of North Carolina. Oh man, you be wondering why I don't go back. You
can't show up to the Wild West and then call the police, man. Hey, you got a gun or not? What you gonna do? It's the Wild West. You either go get busy or you're not. That's all it is, man. Hey, at this point, people are still copping pleas but still want to use DeFi. CDFi. I keep telling you, I'm about to start my own industry. It's called CDFi. We're gonna make it seem DeFi, but on the back end, it's centralized as shit. It's just me. Is it like
wait, I lost money? I'm suing. Let me call the government. I'm suing. I lost some money, man. This is some bullshit.
Yeah. You didn't read the terms.
Hey, while you're at it with Uniswap, put in Tide and Iron Finance for me there, brother. Talk about something you won't see again. So yeah, make sure you check out William's show. That will be premiering at 10 a.m. PST. He will be talking about Uniswap. And again, we feel that was a better person to cover than us because he's going to actually get into the legal side of it. I'm going to be watching that too. I think that'll be pretty cool to see from a lawyer standpoint of like, these guys don't have a case, or it's like, yeah, the DeFi market might be in some trouble. So we'll check that out. And again, about 40 minutes, 8:30 a.m. PST, we'll have Coin Fantasy on for those who are interested in fantasy games, play to earn, all that good stuff that goes along with GameFi sector. We'll have Coin Fantasy's team on here live to go into detail. Other than that, what you got for us, Bitcoin Zay?
Oh yeah, real quick, anybody that wants to learn how to develop on Miami Coin, Web3 development with stacks using Clarity, they have a 5-week camp. We're working on implementing this camp into Miami Bitcoin Academy, but if you don't want to take it there, you can do it here. It's free 5 weeks. You literally just put in name, email address, a few different things, like 5 different things, and then they'll get you registered. But yeah, this is definitely great for people who are not on the speculative trading side, but they want to build in this economy. So there you go, free 5-week course right there. And I'll put that in the chat right there for everybody. So there you go.
There it is. Other than that, if you haven't already, of course, check out the geminthecrypto.com and get that masterclass. Make sure you sign up for notifications. More than likely by the end of this week and next week, we'll finally have the calendar out and ready to give you all a set schedule as far as all the shows. It looks like we got about 4 or 5 new ones coming as well. Yeah. I think when it's all said and done, it's going to be like, we're looking at like 17 shows, people. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of shows. So make sure you're notified about that. Check out the masterclass. Right after this, we're going to have AMA with Coin Fantasy. Then William will be on. Then, of course, we'll have some more things going on tonight. Other than that, make sure you smash that like and share. I'm looking to make sure we don't get any other comments we're missing. And that was last. Yeah. So Wyatt, try it. Any updates on the Discord? That's all my fault, people. Literally, that's my fault. And I feel bad, too, because there's a lot of action happening. I feel so bad. I've been teasing this for so long. Hopefully, it'll be up in the next 24, 48 hours. I had to get those taxes out the way and do some other things. Like Parabolic Brats. I just, we don't do nothing all day. But again, hopefully that'll be up in the next 24, 48 hours. Hey, when that does get up, I'm telling you now, if a lot of people don't sign up, I will shut that shit right back down. Like straight up. So hopefully we can get a lot of people to sign. I mean, a lot of people need to sign up for this one, folks. Minimum, I want to see at least 50 to 100 on the first week. Literally minimum 50 to 100. We'll go through. And the reason why, seriously, is because we got people who are coming in trying to trade big accounts. They're talking, hey, we got 50, 60K, 100K, 200K. Nobody trying to trade 200K live with 3 people, with 10 people, with 15 people. So tell your mama, tell your friends, tell everybody you know to make sure when this Discord launch, you on it. More than likely, it's going to be $25 a month to go with the YouTube membership. We'll have exclusive videos as well. Some stuff I'm actually going to be working on this weekend. A ton of stuff is going to go with it. But make sure people are signing up because I'm telling you, if the signups don't happen after like a month or two, we already pulled the plug on it one time. We'll pull the plug on it again. All right. Like straight up. Other than that, make sure you smash that like and share, and we will see you all in another 35 minutes. Cheers.
Cheers.